What's up everybody, this is Mike and here's everything you need to know about the latest firmware upgrade for the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. So first things first, this new firmware update was released yesterday on the 11th of October 2018. It's about 217 megabytes and you can download it as long as you have the latest DJI Go 4 app. The firmware upgrade requires both the aircraft and the remote controller to be updated, so make sure you have enough battery on both of those devices so you can upgrade. As far as features and things that have been added via this upgrade, I have to say I'm not really impressed with all the things that have been done. Many people have been requesting features such as precise landing, waypoints and many others, and we were hoping that the first firmware upgrade from DJI would be the one that delivers everything that we want, but I guess things just don't work that way, so we'll have to wait a bit more until we get everything that we were promised. Before we get to more details about the firmware upgrade, there are a couple of things you need to know. First, the upgrade will wipe out most of your user-defined settings, so make sure you remember what you have chosen before you upgrade. Then you can easily go back to your DJI Go 4 app and re-enter all of your desired values for different things that you have selected. But keep that in mind, most of those features you will need to double check if they have been returned to the default settings or if they have been left to what they were before. Also, a couple of people on the DJI forum have expressed their disappointment because they weren't able to upgrade straight from their phone. Personally, I had no issues with that, but keep that in mind. Maybe it's a better idea to upgrade with your computer and with the DJI Assistant. And lastly, there are some reports about autofocus malfunctioning after upgrading to this firmware, so keep that in mind. Actually, there is one more thing that I forgot to mention, and that is that a couple of people have reported that their obstacle avoidance sensors were switched off after the upgrade. So make sure you go to the settings and check if your obstacle avoidance sensors have been switched off or they are on as usual. Now it's time to start discussing all the changes and new features that we are getting from this firmware update. If you're brave enough to update, here's everything you need to know. So the first thing we see is now we have the option to adjust the flight speed in hyperlapse mode. So once you enter in hyperlapse mode, now you have a new option, and this option gives you the ability to change the flight speed, and you can even adjust the length of the hyperlapse up to 30 seconds, which takes about 25 minutes of your battery, so you probably won't be able to use all of it, but it's nice to have this option. Unfortunately, still no waypoints saving. This is something that I need so much, but not yet. We'll have to wait a bit more, I guess. After you're done recording a panorama or a hyperlapse, now you have the option to delete the raw footage in playback. Playback is basically this little play button on the bottom right corner of the app, and once you tap on it, you can see your hyperlapse or your panorama, and you have a couple of options. If you want, you can delete your raw footage or delete everything altogether. Next, we have the option to enable or disable vision systems by using remote controllers C1 and C2 buttons. C1 and C2 buttons are the two customizable buttons on the back of the remote, and now you can customize them and enable or disable the obstacle avoidance sensors. The next thing that we have with this firmware upgrade is now the lateral vision systems are enabled in quick shots and most specifically in circle, helix and boomerang. Previously, the side sensors were not working in those quick shots modes, so now it's good to have them finally on, and I'm sure many people will be happy to hear about that. And finally, we have three little tweaks that are not very descriptive. I'm not sure why DJI is not telling us a bit more, but here it goes. We have improved Active Track 2.0. How is it improved? We don't know, but it should be improved. We have improved photo quality for panorama. So probably the way the photos are stacked together, maybe the quality would be a bit better. I'm not sure, they don't say. And finally, we have improved aircraft flight stability. What does that say? That the aircraft will be a bit more stable in the air, but how? Again, we don't know. I'm not sure why DJI keeps it that short and why they don't give us more details. I'm sure many people would like to know more about those tweaks. But anyway, that's the way it goes, I guess. And those are all the tweaks and all the updates from this firmware upgrade. Should you upgrade? I wouldn't really say yes. Personally, I upgraded so I can test those features and let you guys know about them. But I'm sure with all these little tweaks, there would be some bugs and little problems that were going to arise. So if you're not in a hurry to adjust your speed for your hyperlapse modes or any of those changes that I mentioned so far are not something that interesting to you, stay at your current firmware and don't upgrade yet. So far, DJI is really taking their time with upgrading the Mavic 2, and we still haven't seen the most requested features, which are waypoints 2.0 and precision landing. Those two things I think are a must for DJI to release as soon as possible, and unfortunately we'll have to wait a bit more until we finally get them. The other things that DJI promised were Like D color profile and the ability to save the waypoints in the hyperlapse waypoints mode. So those things should also come when, I really don't know, but so far this is everything we have in the new 0100 firmware update for the Mavic 2 Pro. And with that, I want to say thank you for watching this video. I hope you found this video informative. Please let me know if you have any questions and let me know everything you want to know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'll catch you in my next one. Ciao.